324 RLB Cougar here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. A lot of folks are going to see the RL and go, oh cool, rear living room. And no, that means rear loft bunk. This is a really cool floor plan that I wish had caught on bigger. A couple manufacturers had flirted with loft bunks, and in 2010, a few manufacturers like Cougar here really bit in and just really built some sweet loft bunk floor plans. Unfortunately, it just never really caught on, and I don't know why, because as soon as people get in them and they see the privacy and the sleeping space and living accommodations, they go, oh, this is genius. But I think at a glance what happened was, to build a loft bunk, you need a big fifth wheel. To have a big fifth wheel, you kind of need big money. And when people spend big money, they expect to see a big fifth wheel. But that's the only hiccup with a rear loft bunk, is that you don't get to see that open space because each room is kind of compartmentalized. But that's what I like about it. For folks who aren't looking for open space, who want privacy, this is the floor plan. You have private front rear living quarters with a shared middle living space. And look at this. I mean, these two big windows up here and these mega windows here in this slide, and all the windows around and even literally above the top bunk are going to shed so much light in here. It's awesome. I haven't fiddled with it, but this is a slide out rear bumper, by the way. That converts, the whole thing slides right out. You don't have to take the spare tire off or any nonsense like that. Whole thing converts into a cargo tray or a bike rack. I'm gonna rough estimate about a 200-pound capacity on there, but again, windows everywhere. So even though you're in a series of small rooms back here, you never feel it because it's always wide open. It's always comfortable. This thing could use a bath, but that's it. I'm seeing things like I see a max air cover above the bathroom back here. Folks were willing to spend a couple preventative dollars on here, and testament to that is like they were a little heavy-handed with it. They did a little over sealing around some doors, not because they had a leak, but because they were preventative maintaining this RV. And I will take over seal over under seal 7 days a week. I like to be very, very fair with our used inventory. Like, for instance, the decals on the outside have had a little sun peeling. It's cosmetic only. Cougars never spent big money on their decals and their stickers. They spend their money more in the shell and the interior. That doesn't bother me. I'm a function over fashion guy. But, it's your money, not mine. But, what I need to do is make sure I point those things out to you so you can make an educated decision. Big basement here, nice and wide. You could put a full folding picnic table under here and not even flinch. Also, I spotted the sticker indicating Polar Package Plus, which, man, I'm trying to remember back in 2010, I believe that represented enclosed, insulated, heated underbelly to help extend the camping season here. The second door right here goes right to a half bath, by the way, which is just awesome. That's so useful. It keeps so much of the dirt and foot traffic out of the RV. And that's actually one of the key points of this one. The natural question is, okay, so why did they, if this thing's so darn cool, guy, why'd they get rid of it? They loved this thing. This did very well for them. But these were horse show enthusiasts, and they got sick of hauling two trailers. First, they would have to haul their fifth wheel, set it up, and then they'd have to go get the horse trailer and bring the horses. And they started doing more shows, they started driving longer, and they got tired of making double drives, so they swapped this out for a very large living quarter horse trailer that has a camper and a horse trailer built in one. No longer needed this fifth wheel. That's the only reason they're swapping this out. Like I said, it needs clean. That's it. I mean, and really, it's not like it's filthy. And I mentioned the word horses. No, this does not smell like horses. It does not smell like manure. It's surprisingly so. I was actually expecting the worst when I came in here. Very shocked to find, I'm very pleased to find I was wrong. There's those two big windows I was telling you about. And I mean, when I'm not pointing the camera directly at the window, look how bright it is in here. I have no lights on. It is very comfortable in here. Not to mention, they have the nicer, little bit lighter, not the dark cherry woodwork that really took over shortly after this. And you have some killer storage going on in this kitchen. You can sleep probably 8-10 people in here easy. You got to feed everybody, and they give you all the space to keep all that stuff in here. I mean, you're going to need a 2-3 stepper to get to some of these cabinets, but at least they're there. You're not going to put the stuff you need every day there. And look at this big cabinet right here for a trash can. That was intelligently designed. Handy drawer here for like forks, spoons, knives, stuff like that. And, you know, a couple big drawers right here for pots and pans, things of that nature, are always a welcome feature. Notice, too, full extension drawer glides. 2010 was one of the first years that became a more common thing. Folks, looks like they upgraded the refrigerator. Standard, this would have a 6 cubic foot fridge. That is an 8 cubic foot. That is 33% larger. And again, preventative maintenance items. They had the little clips on here to keep the door breathing so it didn't mold inside. These folks knew what they were doing. They definitely did. This TV, at the time of this filming, is not currently attached to that bracket. However, it will be. As soon as I'm done filming this, I'm going to go find a couple bolts and hook that sucker up. This is the original factory TV, original factory, all-in-one AM, FM, CD, DVD player with outside speakers. Basically, you're not going to have to spend a couple $100 on electronics after you buy a fifth wheel. That's not going to happen. And I like that they left this open. They didn't put cabinets down here. Just, it really makes you not feel like so enclosed here. Spinning around real quick, I do want to take a minute to point out big honking windows around the dinette. You're going to get lots of light in here, and you also have good privacy because you have both day and night shades, as well as valances and lambrequins here to give you all that, you know, space and whatnot. You know what's kind of occurring to me is it is like deathly quiet in here. There must be an extra level of insulation going on that is helping deaden that noise. Good thing to point out too is the windows over here do open for ventilation on the sides of the slide because that's where you get cross breeze. Now this is what's so cool about this. You have an upstairs, downstairs, dual living scenario. Let's start upstairs and go down. So first of all, for safety's sake, we do have a grid rail system here so that the kids don't tumble down. But look at this. Look at all these windows right here. You have a skylight that does have a shade you can pull, by the way, so you're not an ant under magnifying glass. All of these windows have night shades, not metal blinds. You have the pair of bunk mats here, which you see they have stacked on the one side. My guess is a lot of people probably use this like an attic for storage. But man, this would be like the coolest hangout as a kid. And I just spotted extra little power outlet up here to keep devices charged. This is so cool. This is so cool. I wish this would have caught on bigger because I love this concept. Now downstairs, we have a slide out second, like, suite, basically. Because this can kick out into an air mattress hide-a-bed. This is a slide with all kinds of windows that, again, open for ventilation. And pardon the door I have open here, that goes right to that half bath. So at night, if kids upstairs or downstairs need to use the bathroom, they're not going to bother mom and dad or grandpa, grandma, or whoever, you know. Little dining table can sit down in those posts, by the way. So we've got, you know, all kinds of windows, cross breeze. We have a second living room or extended living room or guest room or bedroom or craft room because there's power outlets or whatever you want here. And they even utilize the storage space under that staircase. I love this floor plan. Also, privacy doors so that, you know, we can have a private rear, I guess, second bedroom. You know, two-story bedroom as opposed to having you know, mom and dad sleeping in the same room with the kids. Sometimes that works for some families, sometimes it doesn't. It's worth noting that all of your cabinet doors, not just a couple kitchen doors, are the full hardwood doors. These things are made to take a beating, as you can see. And they're obviously no worse for the wear. This camper's in great shape. It is in great shape. Big closets and whatnot right here. Right when you walk in the door, you have a good place to hang coats and all kinds of things here. Maybe that's where they kept a horse bat. I'm not sure. A bat is the little thing they use to spur the horses onward, if you're not aware. See, you learn more about just campers from our videos. You learn about horse tack. How about that? So we have a good bathroom here that you can actually, you know, you can stand up in here. It's a walk-in shower. It's not a tub. You have skylights and power vent fans. You have stools that actually accommodate big clumsy fellows like me. See, I got lots of leg room here. I, you know, don't have to worry about curling my knees up under my body or anything like that. This was really hard to try to get a good photo. And that's one of the reasons I want to put these videos together. It has just like an extra utility closet. And for me, this is where I'm going to shove my towels in a couple of these shelves right here. Because I always forget to grab a towel before I go, you know, grab a shower. Thankfully, at my house, I have a linen cabinet right in the bathroom. Otherwise, unfortunately, my wife would have to endure a couple awful free shows. Anyway, moving on from that topic. Big pantry here also does extend our total kitchen storage. And again, useful for linens and whatnot. I like the, I don't know, In the RV business, they'll call that a French style door, having the window in there. It lets some light flow through and interchange is what I like about it. Now we've got a full queen walk around bed here. There is a little step up, but that's what's giving us the basement. But the step up is equal with the whole bed. So it's not like you have to, step up when you get up here. It's not a dive in the bed type thing. Like you can still easily get around and walk around here. So on this side, we have a big wardrobe closet. This is a 50 amp service unit, by the way. So if you want to add a second air conditioner, what you do is you remove this vent and you put the air conditioner there. The stand over here does have power outlets, and they didn't do dual wardrobes because we have a full wardrobe slide over here. Now, the only trick with the wardrobe slide, I mean, it gives you tons of storage. It's an extra, 18 inches deep of storage space that you otherwise would not get, but you lose your windows. So to compensate for that, the geniuses at Keystone added mirrors on all of these doors so that all the light from this big window over here gets reflected all over the place, and you can see that with no lights on, she's doing pretty good in here. Doing pretty good. Looks like they did add a bedroom TV in here as well. Now, it's worth noting, when I first walked in this camper, they took some extreme measures to take care of this thing. They had the TV stuffed under the dinette, and they had all 4 of these cushions padding the television so it couldn't wiggle and bounce around and get broken in transit. They were very intelligent and took excellent care of this camper. This is a no-nonsense, very nice, well-kept camper that you can feel very confident in purchasing. 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping. Have some fun.